He'll be back. Go ahead, throw him away.
Kendrick, these notes that you took, you taking the Browns in the pregame, said, oh, let's be scared. They have Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, Cedric Stillman, David Njoku. Oh, and the Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I did.
And a defense, you said.
Number one last.
That's number one. To heck with your nuts, Kendrick. To heck with them. Because the Dallas Cowboys went into Cleveland.
Tell them about it.
And walked out with a dub. You know, they got Jameis Winston over there. You know, Jameis, I'm going to eat that dub. That's what the Cowboys did. Cowboys went in there, took over Cleveland. They took that dub over. Now you got to eat, bro.
It's cute.
Oh, it's cute now. Well, it's cute now, but he had us. He was all worried in pregame.
Listen, I'm shocked about it. You know, I didn't expect.
I don't know how horses you just wanted to know, but I just had to. You had to eat crow today.
Okay, well, you know, we got ketchup or mustard. I'll take the same. But anyway, you know, I'm shocked about it. You know, I wasn't expecting. I picked the Browns to win this game. I didn't expect that the Cowboys defense would do damage. I would advise everybody last season.
It was the Giants last season.
But the Giants did come off a playoff season.
It's still the freaking Giants.
Yeah, but they still came off a playoff.
Daniel Jones.
A playoff where they went to the divisional round the year before. And
Daniel Jones. People
were worried, including you. You were very worried about it last year.
I was?
Yeah, you was very worried. I mean, you was literally.
You're lying.
No, I'm not lying.
I never.
You didn't pick them, but you was worried last season.
I was not last season. No, I said that the Cowboys would beat the Giants the first game. Oh, if we could roll those tapes back, I wish we could.
But it's okay. I forgive you. But anyway,
he forgives me.
But anyway,
picking the
I would advise the Cowboys dominated Giants last season, and now they dominated. They've opened around opponent.
Browns or Giants? Who are you taking?
Oh, give me the Browns.
Okay, then.
But I'm just saying they dominated again, but you know they had a great start last season, and then kind of fizzled out as the year went on. So
your defense fizzled out.
It was, like I said, it was unexpected. But listen, hold on. The reason why the Browns lost wasn't really because of the defense. The defense actually played great the second half.
Yeah, the second half they did.
So you're not giving Dak Prescott any?
Well, he was there.
Oh wow!
No, second half scares me a little bit.
I mean, they did go on a run, but give the Cowboys defense. Michael Parsons was the best player on the field.
Yeah,
he was the best player on the field. He started the tone. He actually stayed with it. Nobody could guard. I would advise everybody that they had two backup tackles. So it was light work. I didn't expect. I should have expected that. But give the Cowboys Mike Zimmer credit. Great defensive game plan. They did what they needed to do. they were consistent all the way through. The Cowboys offensive, they came out and made the plays they needed in the first half and had a big punt return.
I think second half they were more passive with the play calling.
And more passes. They got Fergie hurt. So we'll see about that. But man, 1-0, and got those who-dats next week.
Yeah, who you think is going to the Super Bowl? They're going to the Super Bowl.
I think they have both their tackles.
Saints going to the Super Bowl the way they played today. Shout out to the Cowboys. They did what they were supposed to do. They needed to do. Cowboys were a 2.5-point underdog going into this game. Whoever put money on them probably could have cashed out. I should have, but I had the Cleveland. I took Cleveland's money line, just money wise. Money wise, I did win money. I had 2 tickets. I did go in and put a Cowboys in and won me like 50 something. So I mean, still good. But Cowboys defense was great. Even the Rook, they picked on Rook a little bit. He did get scored on, but overall he held his own. Held Amari Cooper to 2 catches, I think. He looked very sleepy. Yeah. But shout out to DeMarvion Overshown. That booger right there, his closing speed. Texas gave us one. Like, we got a good one from Texas. And Tank even had a great game. Had, I think, 2 sacks and a strip sack. Yeah, Trayvon Diggs had a pick. Eric Kendricks too. Like I said, the defense did a phenomenal job. Second half, thank God we still had our defense, because the offense became stagnant. I don't know if it was because we were up, we had the big lead, and we just started playing around, but it looked like we couldn't move the ball.
We talked about. We said why they're still throwing.
The
ball. Because the third quarter actually went slow because they was
throwing the ball. Yeah, and then when they decided to run the ball, what happened? We go and score. Rico Dowdle got us down there. So I'm the win is something good in my book. I'm very happy that the Cowboys went up there and won after everybody talked about saying that we should lose this game because it was Cleveland. But I'm excited. Move on to week 2. Now all my Saints hate starts. You guys know how much I hate the Saints. You guys know how much I hate Louisiana men. I hate all of the Saints right now. My mom is probably
an LSU fan.
I don't know. I love LSU, but my mom right now
says Tank is washed.
He had 3 sacks today and was probably one of the best players on defense.
The Browns are just trash.
Sound like First Take. Man.
Are y'all gonna win the Super Bowl? Probably not.
Probably.
Wow. What did I say about that, Shams?
Okay.
But joining us live right now, looks like on location.
It's Cowboy Pete.
Is it Cowboy Pete?
Yeah, I think it's Cowboy Pete.
I don't know if I call him Cowboy Pete, but he's definitely somebody Cowboy related. Join us live right now if you are out somewhere. He's at Tovash10 on Twitter. I'm really trying to figure out. He's got his cowboy hat on. I guess he's going to do this every time the Cowboys win. But yeah, join us live right now. It's at Tovash10 on Twitter. Vosh, do we have you?
Yeah, y'all got me?
We can't hear you. We can't hear you, Vosh.
You got me now? How about now?
There we go.
How we doing, guys?
What's going on, Vosh?
Nothing much. Just enjoying a 1-0 Cows win. Cows win is Randy got away with saying. Sam.
What's up?
What's going on?
What you mean?
I heard you don't like Louisiana men. What's going on there?
Hey, Bosh, you know I have a disdain for Louisiana men. Everybody thinks I may love them because
don't you love your father?
I do love my father. Louisiana? He is from Louisiana. I love that. And to think about it, my exes are from Louisiana too. So I have this whole thing where I hate Louisiana men, but I also love them. So like I was saying, my mom is in enemy territory right now. She's a Saints fan. So me and her are gonna be going at it all week.
Well, y'all gotta have a wager. Y'all gonna have a wager.
What's the wager?
I don't know.
Ain't no wager.
You need a wager on that.
Nah. That woman can't even name 5 people on the starting lineup.
Don't do it. Don't
Wow.
do that.
Going for the neck.
That woman raised 3 children and is raising a
And she
grandchild
is
right
an
now.
amazing mother.
That woman had 10 hours of squeezing you out of it.
My labor was not that hard. Kendrick, my head ain't that big. Kendrick, really? I'm just simply saying, I love my mom to death. She is the best mother in the world.
Your boy Rainer found that joke pretty funny.
But who?
Your buddy, you said you went to college with him?
Oh yeah, he knows.
I'm saying he found that joke funny about Kendrick.
Shut up. Shut up, Dirk.
Right.
Shut up, Dirk. There's no wager. My mom just unfortunately chose the wrong team to cheer for. She'll be looking crazy next week when the Cowboys serve them up a hot L. Yes.
So,
she'll be in,
okay.
What's up, Vash?
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, I too was born in Louisiana, New Orleans, particularly.
Well, Vash, you know, there was a reason me and you be fighting all the time. So
makes sense. Vash, what's the temperature at Boomer Jacks right now?
Everybody's having a good. I mean, if we're speaking about Louisiana, I mean, right now it feels like Mardi Gras in there, man. People are partying around, enjoying this Cowboys victory, and I mean, rightfully so. It was a dominant performance. I think I owe you something too, because I actually lost my part of the bet, right?
What?
About the Cowboys losing today and then the Cowboys losing on Sunday.
Right. That's all right.
So yeah.
You're gonna owe me when the Aces lose. How is that? So Kendrick made a comment a few minutes ago that I'm curious if you feel the same way. He said Dak Prescott was there. He was just there today.
Well, hold on.
In the second half.
I said in the second half.
Okay, in the second half he was just there. Okay.
He was there. It didn't have to take much. They didn't have to do much. You know, he was there.
He set them up to score great in the first half.
Yeah,
second half,
was awesome, but
first half he was great. Second half
offense was stagnant. Now, in tone, the defense was so good they didn't have to
do
much. But it wasn't like that high much of intensity. You know, if they were still like rolling like they were, they probably put 45.
Yeah, okay. I was thinking that because they stalled a lot in the second half. That third quarter was terrible. I think CD had some drops. Dak had some weird throws. But again, we got up, had a big lead, so it wasn't necessary for him to continue to show out like he did in the first half. Like I said, it wasn't a perfect game. You clean up and you go watch film. You'll see where it was things that you clean up on from that third and fourth quarter, and you apply it to next week's game plan, because next week's game plan is going to be completely different. You got to deal with Alvin Kamara. You got to deal with Shaheed. The dude Chris Olave. Like, you have some weapons on that Saints team that's good. Their defense is still one of the top defenses.
Yeah, they went deep. They went real deep in that what's the name game earlier. The Saints did. That first play was a deep pass.
But again, we're going against Derek Carr, and I know the last time we went against Derek Carr, he ate us up. But that was when Chip was on our team. The dude with the chip, but I can't think of his name. Antonio Brown had the chip on him. He attacked him. So I don't see us losing the game.
All right, so so I'm just thinking about just like recapping this one that we just had, because I'm looking at how the offense played. Dak, I mean, to answer that question from earlier, Dak was quote unquote a pedestrian guy, but you really didn't need much from a $60 million quarterback. Congratulations to him, by the way. I mean, the Cowboys didn't need much from him. And I thought going into that the Browns defense was gonna, pretty much be unstoppable, or immovable, or Myles Garrett's is going to pretty much be all over the field. But when you neutralize their best weapon and then make Deshaun Watson look, almost trash. And I was go ahead.
Deshaun Watson, how he looked out there?
Well, he hasn't played in 2 years, and that looks like a guy that hasn't played in 2 years. Contract or no contract, if you haven't played football in a while, if you haven't ridden a bike in a while, had sex in a while, swam in a while, if you haven't done anything in 2 years or even 365 days, you're going to look rusty.
Wait,
and so
what? Did you have to throw in to have sex in a while because it was Deshaun Watson?
Yeah. Or
did I say that? I said that. Okay. I ain't even know I said that. My bad. But
yeah, I'm scratching my head.
Massage and sex is the same thing.
But if you think about like pretty much being a rusty factor, then yes, you're gonna have a whole bunch of overthrows, underthrows. Dak even had that. There's no preseason for a Dak or Deshaun Watson. Or even Patrick Mahomes. And yes, he did play the preseason a little bit, but you're gonna look rusty a little bit. And so from the quarterback position, yeah, you probably won't be in tune with your receivers like that. But I guarantee you, give them week 2, give them week 3, and week 4, it'll look more sharp. It'll look sharper. It'll look more on point, on target. Today is and I always say this, I've been doing this since 2015. I always say this: week 1 is basically another preseason game, and the flags were out in full force. The referees were, doing referee stuff. The Cowboys still scored 33 points. They could have scored more than that, and I want to give credit where credit is due. First of all, with the head coach for getting this team prepared to go on the road and doing exactly what they did. CeeDee Lamb held out. Dak didn't get his money. I don't know what Ferguson's injury is. I'm afraid to see what it is. But all in all, the offense still gave you points, even though they didn't really look like they were, they were on track. So yeah, this win goes to the defensive side and also the head coaching and nobody else.
Wait. Okay, I will say yes to Mike McCarthy, especially in that first half, because he did call a great game offensively. That it was some.
Now when it go to clock minutes, especially
clock that blunder. Yeah, I'm not letting that go. But overall, he had a great play calling. Or great play call for the first half for offensive wise. It's the second half that gave me a little problem, but like you guys said, we didn't need to continue to.
You didn't need an A+.
Yeah, you didn't need an A+ effort. I would have loved to put up 50-some points because I truly feel like we could have, but at the same time, you got out of there. You do have one major injury. Hopefully, it's not major. Worst case scenario, it's a torn ACL. Least case scenario, it's a hyperextension. Mid case scenario, it's a MCL sprain.
Either way, you got another tight end already out.
Yeah, and but you have Schoonmaker, who they did draft to be number 1. So you build him up, get him ready this week, and hopefully he goes. Side note, Mom, Dad, and Caleb, stop feeding my mom players on the Saints because she just texted me about 5 players. She texted me Carr, Jalen Ford. She don't even know who a Jalen Ford is.
Well, actually, we got Pops here. He said, Sham, your mom is taking offense to your prediction on the Aints game.
Okay, I don't care.
How you going to say she taking offense? You call them the Aints?
Because the crazy thing is, Dad grew up in Louisiana, so he's a Cowboys fan. So think about it. Think where I got my. That tell you how bad the Saints were back in his day.
It just tells you why you understand why we're worth $10 billion. That's what that tells you right there.
But stop feeding my mom players. Thank you for feeding her players so she'll know more people on her team. But Mom, y'all catching this hot L next week, and I don't want to hear it. when y'all lose, talking about some refs or that'll be the only win we get. I don't want to hear it.
So, boss.
Yes, sir.
How you think Mike Zimmer's first game, the scheme, overall, factor of how he sees things? How do you think that worked for week one as a totality for the defense?
I like the game that Zimmer called. Um, a coach is only as good as his weapons, and I think the Cowboys are. And we've talked about it before. The Cowboys are going to be good defensively, but also it's the first game of the year, and usually defenses are ahead of offenses in the first like 4 weeks of the season. So they're going to look. They're gonna look good. They're gonna look good. If an NFL team has good defensive players, then a good defensive coach is gonna benefit from it. And so
Bosh, I got a
they
question.
are. Go ahead.
You said that. So what about the Eagles, who look god awful on defense?
They won, right?
We're speaking defensively.
Yeah, I mean, but they still won. They're still 1-0. And again,
I get that, but I'm saying you saying defense is what usually miles ahead.
Usually. So
okay.
if you have a good defensive team, so like Dan Quinn left a good defensive team, and he went to Washington, and so the rest was history. So like Mike Zimmer just inherited this team, and they're healthy besides Mr. Bryant. Overshown is there. Healthy. Diggs is there. Healthy. Gave you an interception. Overshown gave you a sack. Coach Parsons is running that whole thing, spearheading that whole defense. So Zimmer has an embarrassment of riches. It's gonna be like that all year. I'm telling you. And but I'm not. I don't want to put the horse ahead of the cart. And so we're just gonna stick with week one. I was impressed by the way they scrambled right to the football. I didn't like how they handled the screen. I think they can do better with the screen coverage. With taking care of Deshaun and beating Deshaun up, dude, I kind of felt sorry for Deshaun Watson for a second.
Kendrick kept saying taking about the game,
I say that was a fire.
He should have been out of there at the 8-minute mark. He should have been gone. He should have been out of there a long time ago. The score was 33-10 and then 33-17. You know you're not coming back. Pull this dude, man. Just take this dude out of the game. But they refuse to do it. And they let him get killed. I think that they did it on purpose too. I mean, I would just
they should consider playing Jameis Winston.
He kind of wasn't lying.
He ain't got that baby.
No, he wasn't lying.
But if last year they made the playoffs with Joe Flacco after Deshaun Watson went down. So don't take anything away from Deshaun Watson. I think before the whole situation, he was a great quarterback, and like you said, he got hurt week 2 last year. The year before that, he got hurt again, so he hasn't played a lot of football. He was suspended. So he hasn't played a lot of football. He did not play this preseason. I think piggybacking off of Tovash, that defense was flying around to the ball. The run defense was really, really good. Again, they didn't have a star running back. I think the biggest test is going to be next week against Alvin Kamara and Taysom Hill. That's speaking on run defense. But DeMarvion Overshown, the way he flew to the ball was very scary. His closing speed on Deshaun Watson a few times had me like, wow, especially after an ACL tear. Seems like he got faster, and that's usually not how it works. But himself beat up Deshaun Watson that game. Yeah. Him, Michael Parsons, Eric Kendricks, Tank. Tank's not washed. Hopefully he didn't exhaust all his energy in game 1.
Also,
like I said,
well, I was going to say real quick, Overshown is basically like an outfielder, like a center fielder when it comes to reading the ball. So he'll see where the ball goes. He'll go straight there. ACLs, I mean that right there doesn't involve an ACL. It's the lateral movement that I'm concerned about. And he pretty much acquitted himself well. Mr. Hendricks, I think, just won the Defensive Player of the Week award because he gave you 1.5 sacks and also an interception off of a tip drill from Parsons. Now, if you get that, kind of performance last year in that Packer game, I think the Cowboys are still playing football. And so I think that was the missing link. A linebacker that can actually play linebacker. And so, yes, the linebacking core with the Cowboys will, I'm telling you right now, y'all, that is your piece. Those two guys right there, 13, I don't know why he chose 13, but 13 and number 50, I think is going to be really, really key with this defense because it allows Parsons to go be Parsons. It also allows Tank to go be Tank. And then Big Jordan Phillips, oh my gosh, dude, what was that? And then, of course, on the backside with your safeties, if they stay hungry and aggressive for that football, it's going to be, man, I'm telling you, you're going to see a lot of interceptions, a lot of turnovers, and a lot of points. That doesn't have to be a $60 million quarterback if he got that defense with him.
Hey, Vosh, where was Mosley Smith today?
Here at Boom Jacks with me.
That man, I'm looking at the stat sheet. Everybody but him recorded a tackle or anything. Eric Hendricks had 2 sacks. So, and 2 sacks in that interception.
Well, hold on before you. Mike McCarthy. They got his press conference out already.
Oh, that quick! They get it out quick when they win.
Mike McCarthy spoke.
I remember after that playoff loss, it took a little time.
I thought we was gonna be here all night.
I thought he was cleaning out his locker.
Could have been possibly. Well, let's go to Mike McCarthy real quick and hear what he had to say.
On the 71 or 72. So,
Did you think the play clock should have been restarted?
Well, yeah, just with the transition of it. Obviously, we were set. They were late substituting, and I think there's a human nature component to it. Where you hold up for the snap to make sure it's. But at the end of the day, we're responsible for the clock, and it's unfortunate because what an excellent kick by Brandon. I don't know. I know. Went through the uprights, but so you're saying that I should have went for it? Okay, good. Hey, give it to me, man. I need some. Yeah, don't give me a day off of criticism, please. I'll be disappointed in you. So we good? All right. Thank you.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was very quick.
Very quick and straight to the point.
Very quick.
You know what? Like the media should have crushed it more on the decision not to kick the 75-yard or 71-yard field goal.
You like that kind of stuff. You wanted that.
The 66-yarder would have enough distance.
Yeah.
But I understood why they didn't because you guys said that they had all linemen.
Yeah, you got a bunch of fat guys out there.
You had a bunch of fat guys that's not making the tackle.
Run 40 yards, trying to find a little 180 pounds.
But at the same time, I would have loved to see it, just to see what would happen.
Yeah, you gonna see it.
That would have been fun to see a 72-yard.
If that would have happened, it would have changed the game. But at this point, you never would know at this point. But yeah, Kendrick, you want to do stats and facts?
Hold on before you go there. We got another person who does.
Hey, everybody getting their interviews in quick.
Yeah, everybody's doing some talking today.
I guess they want to get the hell out of Cleveland.
Gotta get on that plane.
When I was there. Yeah. This time we've got one Mr. Ezekiel Elliott.
He scored a touchdown today.
I didn't want to see how he felt being back in the DFW, getting a touchdown. All right, here's Zeke.
Man, I felt really good. Felt good to be back out there with the star on my helmet. Great team win. Wish the offense could have finished stronger at the end, but it's always great to get that first away win, and let's keep building on that. Man, I'm just super excited for the guy. I mean, you see the work he puts in and day out. Man, I couldn't think of a more deserving person. No, I think we ran the ball, solid today. I think, there's some things we can work on, but I think it's a good start.
Jump over a man. It's like you were ready to go.
Definitely ready to go.
What can you say about Mike's ability to get you guys ready?
Yeah, I mean, just when you look at the schedule he has for us and how well he takes care of our body, just the diligence and situational football. Coach McCarthy, man, he's a great coach. You see by the day, just us being ready in this week 1 opener, and just excited to build on that. I feel like I always feel good. Not always, but I mean, it's week 1. It's week 1. So I mean, definitely fresh, but just gotta continue to build on that and take care of my body, and we want to be feeling good in December and January. Oh, it definitely felt great. Scoring that touchdown. Had a bunch of emotions. Kind of had to lay there and soak it all in, but just glad to be back.
How did you feel the guys in front of you did just coming Miles Garrett, like post pounds in front? How did you feel like everything?
Very talented front, and for us to have 2 rookies starting today, I think those guys, played their tail off. They competed. I think we had a great plan, and we went out and executed it.
When you were sitting on the bench in between plays, what did you think about Mike Zimmer's defense and the way that they put on that defense?
Oh, wow. I mean, I think it was late in the second quarter, and I think they had like 30 yards passing, 30 yards rushing. I'm like, man, these boys are out there playing. But, I mean, went against that defense all off season. Know how difficult it is to play them, how to prepare for them. But, they stepped up and answered the call.
That was one Ezekiel Elliott. He had a touchdown today. Bosh, chat me up. How did you feel about Zeke's return to the field for the Dallas Cowboys?
Zeke is channeling in his inner Zach Gafford with all that damn giggling, dude.
You don't like your running backs. I remember you didn't like your centers laughing. So you like your running back.
No, I'm sorry. Daniel Gafford, my bad. But yes, dude, like what's with all the giggling? No, his performance was a Zeke performance. A 30-year-old running back. We seen Emmitt Smith when he did his thing at 30 years old. We seen Eddie George when he did his thing at 30 years old. I can remember I was at the game where he carried the football 30 times for 99 yards. That was a real stat. And yeah, I mean, that's gonna be pretty much a lot of toting the ball from Zeke. But today, I mean, fresh wheels, fresh legs, of course, early on in the season, he's gonna give you the intangibles. Now, he picked up a blitz early in the first half.
Oh yeah, we saw that.
They gave Dak time. That dude is going to continue to do that for the.
Dak probably gets creamed on that.
Destroyed. Yeah. So Zeke is basically another protector, especially on first and second down. Now teams have to account for that. Now you can't blitz. You can't blitz on first and second down if Zeke is back there. So that gives the coaching staff another advantage when it comes to how you play. The Cowboys on the offensive side. If you don't, especially when they pass the ball, if you don't run it, that's going to help Dak in the long run. But go ahead.
Let me go over to Kendrick real quick. Kendrick, what are your thoughts about Zeke's return?
I see his face too. I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, you see his face. You see that little smirk. That little.
10 carries. I'm not reading stats. 10 carries, 40 yards.
You're not reading stats. Sounds like you're reading stats.
4.0 average. But touchdowns. It's nice. The guy who was previously here had 16 for 82, 5.1 yards carried. Touchdown.
You sound a lot like a guy like last year who was concerned about the running back room in this room right now.
So he's not the one that pulled out notepads.
Well, he didn't have to. He got it right there on his phone.
Hold on. Remember after every time we would do stats and facts, people like, hold on, wait till we get to the running back and write down the stats. What did Pollard get?
Put your glasses and everything else like you're doing taxes. I'm just saying 4 point, 1 point.
What did Rico average?
Oh, he averaged 3.2 yards. So if you talking about former Cowboys, the guy was not here anymore. Averaged the highest yards per carry today.
Can I jump in right quick?
Please.
He did have a 26 yard.
I'm not trying to be messy. I'm just, you asked me a question. What did I think? And I gave you an answer.
Well, the thing is I told you, I got on you for this other day. You've been pandering to the crowd a little bit too much lately. Go ahead, Bosh. Let him know about it, sir.
So, like, okay, in the game of football, if you're a running back, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't, right? So I heard Dave Blockenberg tell this to Brad Sham on the broadcast. He basically said that, so the running back position doesn't get paid, and people hate to pay the running back, right? So why in the hell are we so concerned, like pretty much so concerned about what the running back does and the production of a running back if you don't want to pay him? So on one hand, you're like, hey, why are we paying that guy so much money? And then on the other hand, hey, well, we got 3 guys that just toted the ball for us, and they all averaged 4 yards a carry. And then we just lost the guy who, like Henry just said, carried the rock 16 times for 82 yards. I mean, it's a double standard, right? Basically, when it comes to football and evaluating the running back position. So I'm just trying to understand, where do we cut these guys some slack, or where do we say we actually need these guys, or we actually do need this? Because even Hunter Lipke did some toting, especially after Ferguson went out, and caught some passes. So the running back position has evolved to catching passes and protecting the quarterback and toting the football. So yes, it's still valuable. Guys like Kendrick and them be like, well, he only gave you 2 carries for 3 yards. What else do you want him to do? Somebody help me out here.
I would like to say also that CeeDee Lamb, 3 for 25 yards, 8.3 yards per carry. So actually, he's doing his job better than the other guys who actually.
Oh my God, they're not running jet sweeps with Zeke.
I'm just saying. I mean, if we're talking about who needs to do this job, we might just let the receivers.
I mean, but think about this. Jet sweep never worked before. It did not work before.
Not under Kellen Moore,
and it's kind of working now. But I get what you're saying. Our running backs, I'm still not confident in them, because I still think they're not seeing the hole. Rico Dowdle missed the hole.
Yeah, he missed a lot of
he missed a lot of holes today. Holes. Yeah. Not the other one.
Yeah, Vosh, Kendrick brought up a very good point about Rico Dowdle that we might have concern about.
He's running to his blockers a lot.
His reading defenses may not be up to par. As to why we at one point seen Deuce Vaughn come in the game. A little concerning.
5 yards.
And picked up 5 or 6 yards behind that same running.
We saw 3 or 4 times Rico Dowdle hit the back of his offensive lineman. I'm like, are you running with your head down? Just asking. I mean,
so now do we? Okay, so going forward, do we have to basically make the ground game a point of emphasis? Like how big does it need to be evaluated? How big do we need to key in on it? And I mean, if you think about it, like, is it part of McCarthy's, I guess, bread and butter? You know, like, is it important at all to the Cowboys? Is addressing the run game important? I mean, you have 4 ball carriers, maybe even 5, 6 with Dak. With Dak, the tight end. With Dak, the fullback, CeeDee Lamb, and then the 3 running backs, you got 6 ball carriers. So, and you still put up 33 points. Like Sam said, it could have been 50. So, is it important going forward? And who, I don't know how to say this, but like, I mean, who is going to be the focal point going forward?
I think teams are gonna start taking away the run and then making Dak beat them with his arm. Which I mean, hit 40 some throws, then that's when Dak starts.
I think the opposite. I think they're gonna load up on the pass and say, okay, we're going to see if you actually run the ball on us. I think they're gonna double seating like you told when we was watching the game. Not having Fergie gonna hurt. Don't know how long that bad. That's a injury you didn't need to have, especially with your tight end room being depleted as it is. Um, uh, you, these other receivers, Tolbert, you got to step up.
Still don't know when he caught
And
that one pass.
so yeah, man. I think they're gonna try to stop Dak because, like I said, the offense goes as he and CD Lamb goes.
Speaking of, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I do have an update on Jake Ferguson. He walked out of the locker room toward the buses with teammates, and there was no brace, no crutches or anything, just an ice pack being held on.
But you still gonna have the MRI.
Yeah,
I know, but no crutches, nothing.
I mean, that's
still kind of scary too, though.
You gotta have the MRI.
Yeah. Well, speaking of
because
guys were just talking about CD Lamb, he did some talking. We got him talking right now. Boy, his interview show coming out quick today, boy.
Yeah, he said he felt like he could play through it.
Oh, okay.
But
Here's CD Lamb.
Tomorrow.
Can I speak? Yeah. He does a great job of week in and week out as far as preparation and taking care of us. Understanding who we're going against. Obviously, we had a tough opponent in the Browns. They're very good defensively. Offensively, we did a great job of keeping them low on the numbers and scoring touchdowns. So,
what are you waiting for Dak to get his payday?
Everything, man. That's my dog. Shout out him for that. Congrats to him for that. I told him that before the game, but we got a lot. We got a lot together. We got a lot to accomplish.
What kind of energy does that bring in the locker room before the game?
I mean, as far as for us, we knew he was going to be with us. It was all on a matter of time that it get announced. Very outstanding, man. He's a great leader. He's a great player. He's a great coach. He's a great teammate, brother, friend, if you will. And he checks off all the boxes, man. He does. The offense goes through that. So. Yeah, absolutely. So we can stop with this narrative about how much money we gonna make or whatever. So get us back to playing football, doing what we love again, being as passionate as we are. We'll let the rest take care of itself. Yeah, absolutely. Dak is probably one of the most mentally tough people that I've ever met, and he does a great job of hiding his feelings. You know what I'm saying? So it's never really looking like it's affecting him, but I know obviously we are human. At times it'll be tough, but yeah, he does a great job of leading us in the right direction and not really showing, his personal.
How did you feel? I know we said you're gonna be good, but was there any rust at all?
A little bit. Obviously that was my first time competing against another defense at full speed, but yeah, man, there's a lot more to come. It's gonna get better throughout the season, and it's a great start.
Did you guys ever ask Jerry, why did you drag this thing out?
Nah, that ain't. We all got that question, but we know not to we know not to pop it. It's all God's work, man.
But you wanted to.
Sure. Just having the ball in my hands is probably where I'm most happy. So however that is, as easy it is for the team, and just getting it started, whatever that may be, and like I said, man, it's gonna get better throughout the season. So get ready.
Can you speak to what Turpin did with that touchdown?
I didn't hear you.
Could you speak to what Turpin did, returning the ball? He's been close so many times.
Yeah. It was about time, man. He was due for one. I think it was about 3 years in now. This is his third year, so yeah, he was gonna hear an earful if he did get in the end zone. But shout out him. That was the first one of the season, if I'm not mistaken. Shout out Turp, man.
Cool, God. Last 1 year and a half. How much fun did you have today? Because this is what you like to do.
Man, I love this. It's not even a like anymore. This is what I feel like I was born to do, and I'm happy to be back out there with my guys. Just getting it started, popping off the offense, and getting us going. I mean, that's what it's about. And as you go out throughout this journey, I know that throughout the season I get better. Personally, I feel like this is my training camp.
Thank you for that information.
I'm just saying.
CeeDee Lamb signs
I'm a woman.
4-year, $136 million deal last week. Sham, you saw him out there play today. What'd you like about what he did? He didn't score a touchdown today, but
he did not score a touchdown.
He performed very well.
He messed up my little ticket for not scoring a touchdown. But I do like the way he was aggressive the first half. He made some great catches, strong catches. He looked stronger. CD doesn't look like he's lost a step. I think him and Dak's connection is even better. I know towards the second half he wanted it more, but first game after seeing him, I do think that he's still CeeDee Lamb. He's still a great wide receiver. I'm trying to imagine this game without him. Who you had Brandon Cooks and Jalen Tolbert. Jalen Brooks too. So
listen, we all know this. I consider CD on the top 3 receiver in football. No lower than the top 4, but I say him top 3 receiver. He's an elite receiver. He's turned himself into that. He's turned himself to a very good route runner. Not elite at route runner, but a very good route runner. A very good after the catch. He's gotten strong. His hands are great. Fierce will go over the middle. Just when we talk about this season maturity, you saw in some parts last season, at the end of last season, he had lapses where he would drop passes. And you know how you do that. But hopefully that doesn't happen this year. But even with all that, the talent's there to lead the league, I think, in receiving yards, touchdowns, and catches again.
I think with this receiving room, he has a potential to be up to 1,800 receiving yard season.
Yeah.
But it's going to depend on him because, like you said, he's had lapses. When he's not getting the ball, he takes himself out of the game. He lets defenders get in his head. He's going to be going up against a great one next week. I can't think of dude's name on the Saints.
I know you're not talking about Kool-Aid.
No, not Kool-Aid McKinstry. Who is it? You know it. He's a top DB too.
I know you're talking about.
I just can't think of his name. But the thing is,
try to get in his head because
he talks a lot of trash too. I just think with CD, he has to be able to overcome that mental thing. If he's not getting the ball, see how else you can affect their game and help the team win. But we all know that CD is probably outside of Dak the best player on the offense.
Yeah, he's got to have at least about 20 touches a game for his team.
20?
That's a lot.
I'm looking. Listen, especially with Fergie's out.
Wait, what did you say, Vosh?
That's a lot. That's 20 touches.
With Fergie out, I'm not. I'm talking about receptions. I'm talking about jet sweeps, putting them out like they did. I think last season they had him in the backfield. Tosses, just 20 times opportunities. Because I consider Fergie, even with Brandon Cooks, their second best pass receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Even Marshall didn't get 20 touches in the game.
So if 15 to 20 touches or opportunities, I think he has to have that because he's that kind of talent. Remember, his runs and catches is pretty good. So if he can get those type of opportunities, I think he'll be very successful because the offense really runs through him. If you looked at last season, when they got on the run, it was because he was getting a lot of opportunities.
I think that 20 touches is a little bit extreme, but because the reason why I say this, CD does drop off. Like he dropped one a day, and then he claps his hands again. And so, like he'll give you a drop. So if you increase the targets and the carries, he won't put the football on the carpet. He's not gonna do that. He may need more carries than he does targets, because again, he will put it. He will drop it, and so like DBs know that, and they'll talk to him and then he'll either get back with them or he'll cave in under pressure. I've never seen him. I've never seen him like quit on the Cowboys, which is a good thing because he's Dak's number one option. Um, but I think I will disagree with Kendrick on saying 20 touches, 10 to 12, yes, but because you got to keep the defense honest. If you keep going to CD and force feeding CD, then it'll be a problem everywhere else. That's what I think.
Uh, I say that because it sets up to Mike McCarthy. I see what when you talking about Devontae Adams in his prime. He was in his prime when he was like 26, 27. If you look at those games with the Packers, everybody, he was getting around 15 to 20 touches a game. He was carrying the ball, wide receiver screens, reverses, tall sweeps. He was all over the place. I think he got that in him. I mean, they talked about I think on somewhere 2 years ago, actually before last season started. Mike McCarthy showed him Devontae Adams tape. I said, I want you to mimic this dude. I want you to see how he runs routes, see how he keeps himself engaged in everything, whether it's carrying the ball, wide receiver reverses, deep passes, in routes, how he run routes. I want you to mimic and say and so far he's done that. I think it's in him. He can get 20 times to touch the ball because he's going to have these opportunities. Look, I'm not trying to S on the
How
rest
many
of these.
targets did he have today? Because I think he had. I know in the first half they kind of went to him pretty heavy.
I'm not talking. I know he had 5 receptions, but he went probably. I'd say he might have had about 10, 8 to 10. Because he dropped
a few. Yeah.
Well, few were bad passes, but I'm just saying, if you give him those opportunities, I think that keeps him engaged. And like I said, I'm not trying to S on anybody else, but I don't know if you're going to get big time production out of your running game as status quo right now.
So
I don't think
10 targets.
I don't think you're going to get big time production besides Brandon Cooks if Jason Ferguson's out. Ferguson's out. I don't know if Jalen Tolbert or Turpin, all these guys can sit up there and come up with 4 catches for 60 yards or 70 yards. I don't know if that can happen.
Can anybody tell me when Jalen Tolbert caught that one pass?
I don't know.
I'm still trying to find it.
I'm still trying to figure out when he caught that pass.
It may be like my college football 25 may have a glitch in it. But I'm just saying he may have to have those targets because like I said before, me Paul talked about this doing on the preseason. He is the Cowboys. It's not a slight. He's the Cowboys' best offensive player.
Mm-hmm.
He's their best offensive player. If he's not on the field, it's a problem for everybody. You will see a decrease in points, yards, average yards, whatever. It's going to be a decrease.
You can't just stick somebody in there.
He is the X.
Yeah,
he's the X.
Brandon says it was third quarter when Tolbert caught that pass.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's why we didn't.
No, it wasn't third quarter because at the halftime I asked when he caught that one pass.
Yeah,
remember at halftime I asked that he had that one pass when I read off the stats and facts because I even sat here and was like, when did my cousin cut the tape? Yeah.
Okay, Discovery Channel.
Vosh, Shams, Kendrick. It is now time.
The man of the hour.
The man of the hour. We go now to the highest paid player in the NFL as he has finally spoken, and we get to hear from him.
Oh man, I thought you were talking about me. You said man of the hour. Okay.
We're talking about highest paid player.
Dak is.
Well, you looked at me before you said it.
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry if I gave you that indication. I was talking about you.
We're talking about a fine man from Louisiana.
Oh. I thought you hate me from
certain ones can get an exception.
Kind of only one problem, Shams. He doesn't like your kind of women.
You mean my kind
hypocrite.
He like
even you are bright as you are. Still look. Just saying.
Let's go to one Rain Dakota
Y'all
Prescott.
told me to stop hating on European descent women, so here I am. Just
that's a really good idea.
Back in the 90s in Duncanville, I loved them.
Dak Prescott.
Significance of today for you individually and for the team to you get the contract and then the team plays this way and just what that means for you and this team.
Yeah, I mean, great team win, great team effort. We can be better on offense. Defense did a hell of a job. Exciting start, though, super exciting start on the road, a place that we weren't very, very good in last year against a team that was great at home last year. Last year, but to turn the page and to start this year the way we did was huge. And for me personally, good just to honestly to finish these questions. And I hope after the day we're done talking about it in my pockets, I guess you can say, and can just move forward and focus on this team and the success that we plan to have and what we're working toward.
Did you have a pretty good idea before you left for here? Was it finalized today, or just kind of how you balanced where you were on that with getting ready for the game in these last 24?
Yeah, I mean, when I told you guys Thursday that I was focused on this game, excuse me, that was the truth. I mean, I had one other conversation with my agent after meeting with you guys Thursday, and it was essentially that, yeah, they're working hard. Can't say that. I'd say that they were close at the time, the last time that I talked to them. But obviously, as I've said and alluded to since back in training camp of the spring, my confidence in both sides of this, that something would get done, understanding that they were hammering at it, that I had confidence in it, but it really wasn't in my mind. For me, it was just about getting ready for the Browns. Whether it got done today or not wasn't going to change the way, it wasn't going to affect me, honestly. I've told you guys before, I don't play for the money. I think when you focus and you control what you can control, things like that just happen. So, yeah, I found out probably an hour honestly, probably 20 minutes before it was, publicized to everybody else.
Clarence Hill, All City, Dallas. So you and Jerry wouldn't play in this last week with all that tough talk?
No, I'm not trying to play anybody. No, not at all. Yeah, I mean, there was any negotiations. I mean, one side wants something, other side wants this, and then obviously you got to get it and you meet in the middle, and that's what we did. Something that works for everybody. I'm just proud, just happy. It's done. I'm proud of my agent. Todd did a great job. Steven and them did a great job. It works for everyone. When you look into the details, it works for everyone, and understanding where this cap is going. I'm just excited. As I said, it's behind us, and we can focus on winning games.
Can you go back to and the Cowboys are pretty good at that. They're 1-0.
Thanks, Rich Eisen. We appreciate it.
Yeah, Dak Prescott signs the highest contract in the NFL today, Kendrick.
Mr. I don't play for the money. I'm pretty sure his agents think different.
Yeah, well, chat me up on how you feel, Mr. The highest paid play today in today's game.
Yeah, we're not going to let you chat us up because you didn't want him to get this contract.
Well, I could chat us up.
Listen, he was good in the first half, but he was pedestrian. He didn't have to do much. I mean, because the defense had it on point. But they'll need him as the season goes on. He didn't turn the ball. He played clean. Now he had some opportunities that maybe if some clean Brown get their hands on, maybe he's talking different.
Or CD don't play DB and one of them.
But no turnovers today. So that's the most important thing you want from your quarterback to play clean or get away with playing clean. And he did that. Like I said, not a great passing day, but he didn't need to. He just need to be efficient and be a elite, I guess say bus driver, which he was. He controlled the offense. And the defense was stellar. So, like I said, next week might be a different story. He might have to put up some points next week. Yeah.
Shams, you are the biggest Dak supporter in the room. How did you feel about this finally getting done? We get it behind us, like you said. We move on, and we move on to bigger and better things.
I was happy it got done. I also was rooting for it to not get done, I think, a little bit, simply because I wanted to set the franchise back a little to show people how much Dak is important to this team, just simply because people take him for granted because he has a star in his helmet, and they think they can plug any quarterback back there and think they're gonna same quarterbacks are gonna get the same amount of wins and win those same games in the playoffs that Dak doesn't win. I get it. The criticism he get is warranted, be due to his playoff record, but at the same time, you're not plugging Cooper Rush in and get you 12 wins a season. Trey Lance is not getting you 5 wins a season. He's getting you 5 interceptions a game.
That's a different step up from you, bud. 2 years ago when Cooper Rush went on that run because you was all.
I was going to say Trey Lance may be a reason why we got this deal done.
Yeah, well, I think he was the reason we got that deal done.
But overall, I'm happy. I'm so happy Dak got his money. Especially I don't mind running these men pockets up here. These owners, they got the money. Pay these players. They put their lives on the line every Sunday. Their career and their lives can be over and within one tackle. So I'm happy he got it done. His play today, first half, he was great to me. He did made some great passes, stood in the pocket, took some hits, made some great decisions. Second half, he very stagnant. His one quote on there that says, "We can do better," and that offense can do better. It's essentially the same offense from last season, so I know that they can put up the points. It's about having not becoming stagnant, not becoming passive, and continue to put your feet on team's neck, even if you do have the lead. I don't want the Cowboys to have to turn into Dak throwing it 40, 50 times a game. So that's why I hope that the running game does become effective. Dak was better this game rolling out the pocket. He looked very well rolling out the pocket. Had some great, tremendous throws. It's just about flowing. Like I said, like Vaj said, I don't take much into week one. Of course, I'm going to troll and going to have fun because we did win. But later on, like week two, next week is going to be a big test for the Cowboys. The Saints defense is nothing to play with. They were a top defense last year. Their offense was just bad last year. So you're going to go up against a great defense, a D-line that's really, really well. You got, like I said, Marshawn Lattimore, like my dad told me, Kool-Aid. They got some nice safeties too. So they're not the Browns on defense. I think the Browns had a better defense than them last year. So to me, to see the Cowboys, what they did to the Browns today, it's not saying, oh, we're gonna walk into home and automatically put a dub on, but it's the Saints. I want to say it, but it's gonna be a tougher game.
Vosh, the Dallas Cowboys win 33-17 over Cleveland Browns. Quick question. How do you feel when it comes out that Jerry Jones was the one that got this deal done? I guess he moved Steven out of the way, and Steven was taking too long. And he said they say Jerry Jones had to swoop in there and say the deal at the last minute.
Was that the report?
Yep.
Okay, that's telling. And if you're a Cowboy fan, that's also frightening because Steven, I think, has more tread on his tires than Jerry does, and what it calls a game of life. So what that tells me is that Steven will play hardball more so than his father later on in life when it comes to being the next owner of the Cowboys.
I thought Jerry Jr. was next in line.
No.
It goes Jerry Jr. then Steven.
No. I don't. Right. I don't see Jerry Jr. running the Dallas Cowboys ever. And it's not because he probably can. He's just never been, hands-on when it comes to negotiation and contracts. That's always been a Steven thing.
We won't be worth $10 billion under Steven Jones. I'll tell you that much.
And but you could be. You could be worth more than that.
You could be, but you won't.
And also because I think that if this franchise goes on to another family, it's still going to be the Dallas Cowboys. And so, what you need is a real good negotiator. That's how the Cowboys became a $10 billion contract. I'm sorry, a $10 billion franchise. A real good negotiator. You know who that person is? Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones.
And Jerry Jones was also a good negotiator when he got Deion Sanders. Also a good negotiator when he signed Emmitt Smith or whatever. And y'all have heard me before. I always said, bro, you gotta pay your players. You cannot turn this into a plantation. And so if Jerry stepped in and made this happen, we're gonna have to talk to God and say, you know what? Can you spare Jerry Jones another 80 years on the face of this earth?
Oh, wow.
Because he's gonna make deals. Deadline does make deals, and deals make deadlines or whatever. But Jerry Jones is still behind it. And Jerry Jones today made another deal that got it done. And I'm sorry, Cowboy fans, y'all are wrong if y'all say that Dak doesn't deserve this money, because next up, there's a guy in Houston that's going to get paid probably more than Dak. There's a guy in Kansas City that probably will draw another contract. And there's a guy in Cincinnati. There's guys all over the NFL that's going to get paid more than Dak. It was just Dak's time to make this money. And so, yes, he's making $60 million, $231 guaranteed. And again, yes, somebody's going to command more money than that later on down the line. Y'all can't pocket watch Dak anymore. Just appreciate what he's giving you as a quarterback, because now you have a quarterback that's going to be basically a Cowboy for life. And you can't tell me whoever else you wanted that you're willing to pay lesser money to. That's just the way the market works.
Yeah, Vash. People all day were saying, "Oh, we could have went cheap with the quarterback situation." Quarterback is not where you want to go cheap at. People were telling me we could put Cooper Rush back there and go win 9 or something games. That's not going to happen. And that's exactly why me and LeVar had an argument about the whole situation. He's saying 4 more years of being mediocre. I get it. Dak's playoff record is not where it needs to be. But if we're going to
years, Dak gonna be like, I need a raise.
But at the same time, there's not a lot of quarterbacks in this league that has winning records in the playoffs.
See, the problem is people see Brock Purdy situation and think, oh,
and look at the team around him, and look at the coaching. Coaching plays is a huge factor in a lot of these things. People are not.
But.
Oh well, I've been saying that.
But to the point, I don't see the 49ers with a Super Bowl.
But they've made it to an NFC Championship game.
That's good, but they don't have a Super Bowl.
I understand, but you know who it is. But you know who
when Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback.
Yeah, we got the best player in the world.
You guys know Marcus Spears, great Cowboy. He did a podcast I think a few weeks ago, and I watched it. He did this. He said his first question: would you take Jimmy Garoppolo or Dak Prescott? Everybody says Dak Prescott. And Marcus Spears said, okay, so why don't y'all want to pay him? They said, oh, because he hasn't been to the Super Bowl like Jimmy Garoppolo. He said, well, in that case, why would you take Dak instead of Jimmy Garoppolo if he's already been to the Super Bowl? And he said, and nobody had an answer. So that's what I'm saying. Just because you went to the Super Bowl does not mean that you're just this great quarterback. Dak hasn't made it yet, but he's still a great quarterback. He's still top 10 in this league.
Definitely.
Go ahead.
Well, yeah, I see your point, but if you want to reverse, I can reverse that. In the 90s, they used to say the same thing about Troy Aikman. He won a Super Bowl. Oh, well, he's still not good as Steve Young, Joe Montana, Dan Marino, Jim Kelly. That's just hate. I'm not saying, but I'm saying because he didn't throw for the yards or make all the highlight plays.
Yeah.
He had the best running back, one of the best receivers, the best tight end. He basically you can plug in anybody in that position, and then you can go win a Super Bowl. The fact of the matter is on this, and I'm going back to Stephen Jones. I want to lose my train of thought with Stephen Jones. If y'all remember, Stephen Jones wasn't trained by Jerry Jones. He was trained in the front office by Bill Parcells. And if you know Bill Parcells, he as a general manager, he wasn't one of the most notorious cheapskates. I mean, he believed in just drafting, just getting you on up. He didn't care how great you was, what you done for football. He felt I can draft your position and then just plug you in. So I'm not trying to give him look into his mind or give him any credit or nothing like that. I'm just going to the cycle of how he thinks. He wasn't taught by his father how to run the front office. He actually was taught by Bill Parcells.
Well, but going back to Dak, and I appreciate that. The problem with Dak is the goalpost gets moved on him a lot.
Yes.
Right. Like I said, Thursday night after Lamar Jackson played, if Dak Prescott played like that today, everybody would be on Dak Prescott head saying, well, you paid him $60 million. He sucks. He's not good. The goalpost just moves on, get moves on. And like you said, it's always the Super Bowl. Again, there's only two people who have beat Patrick Mahomes. One is in the booth called our game today, and the other one He can't stay healthy.
It's the goalpost is forever going to move on every Dallas Cowboy player because they play for the Dallas Cowboys, and that is the sad truth. Because no matter what,
I didn't hear too much goalpost moving for CeeDee Lamb.
I did.
Quarterbacks.
Oh, you mean quarterback?
Okay, you can say quarterback, but also because it moved for Dez. It moved. It moved.
Because everybody was swearing Dez at the time. Dez and Julio.
Dez was a diva. Dez didn't deserve this because of his off the field stuff, like all of this stuff. But again, Dak is going to be under a microscope because he plays for the Dallas Cowboys. He could have went out today, threw 2 interceptions, and still won the game. And they are bringing up, oh, he shouldn't have got his money.
Yeah, because Josh Allen throw interceptions like crazy.
And like I said pregame, Lamar Jackson can go out and play. Okay, he
missed
played.
two.
I'm sorry.
Open passes.
This is the fact of life in sports. Lamar Jackson plays for the freaking Baltimore Ravens. If Lamar Jackson was to get hurt and leave that franchise, nobody would give a shit. It's Baltimore.
But he got 2 MVPs.
It don't matter. It's Baltimore. Listen, sports main coverage we talk about in all national main coverage. It covers Cowboys, Lakers, Yankees.
Now Golden State Warriors.
And even that maybe to a point if Steph Curry leaves, and you can throw in the Red Sox, Boston Red Sox.
Did you say New England Patriots?
No, because it was a standard when Tom Brady was there. When he left, it went back to being just New England.
Because even in the offseason, in the NFL offseason, they are making headlines. The Cowboys, they're pulling anything.
Whether they stink, average or win, they're going to draw the main. It's a $10 billion franchise.
Anytime there's not a day I open up or I watch First Take that the Cowboys did not headline First Take. There was a bunch of great games on today. What is going to be the number one game talked about tomorrow?
Not even on First Take or on any sports show tomorrow.
What is going to be the first game talked about? No matter what, is going to be the Dallas Cowboys. And because Dak got his contract, they're going to open up First Take with Stephen A. Smith. Oh, do you think he deserved this? Like, that is the first thing. So
Cleveland wasn't that good.
Cleveland's not good. But everybody had us losing to the Cleveland Browns. But the problem I have was, like you said, the goalposts move a lot for Dak. And unfortunately, it's just because he plays for the Dallas Cowboys. But to shut them goalposts moving conversations up, you have to go out and win in January. It don't matter what you do between now and December, like you said earlier. It starts in January for Dak Prescott.
And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna get his point. Fair or unfair, he does get the most money outside of endorsements, other than Patrick Mahomes, for a guy that hasn't won a championship. I mean, hasn't got to a competition. He gets the perks because of the team he plays for. If he played for the Detroit Lions,
nobody would know about that.
And he had 2 or 5 playoff records. You think
nobody
would care? And it's not on Lamar Jackson, but Lamar Jackson would get that heat if he had 2 MVPs for the Cowboys and no championship to show for it. He gets scorched. He doesn't get scorched because it's Baltimore.
Imagine
it's the second city to Washington D.C.
I'm just saying, like, everything that the Cowboys do is under a microscope. No matter what, they can win. They can have even in the blowout wins last year, they were still finding issues with the way the Cowboys played. It does not matter what happens in the regular season as long as they win their 12 games and make it to the playoffs. What's going to happen after week 1 of the playoffs?
Go ahead, Vash.
Well, yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, yes, because he does play for the Cowboys. Romo had the same treatment. I personally think that Romo had got it worse.
Yeah, Romo
than Dak does right now. And
the thing why Dak doesn't get as bad as Romo because Dak has playoff wins and they went to the second round.
So Dak and Romo have the exact same number of playoff wins.
Yeah, he went at least twice with Dak Prescott. So Dak gets a little bit of leeway.
Well, I mean, he gets, bro. Listen, so I mean, it's a recurring thing here. The next quarterback after Dak is going to get the same exact treatment. Um, we're the Yankees. We're the Yankees. We're the Lakers. We're all that. I mean, bro, let's be honest. LeBron in LA gets the same exact treatment that Dak does here. LeBron gets killed in LA, bro. And so I really do think, bro. I mean, it's just how polarizing your team is, how polarizing your franchise is, who the owners are, and how much money they got. And so, yes, that basically is is the boiling point of it. It's the focal point of it. And so, yes, Dak just understands. And you know what? I applaud that man because he's mature beyond his years. He accepts that position. A lot of I'm sorry, black millionaires don't accept that position, and they don't know how to act or control it. Just look at how Lamar Jackson acted when he didn't get his money out, in Baltimore. Just look at how these dudes act when they don't get, to when he didn't get his contract. Acted a fool. You know what Dak did? Yeah. You know what Dak did? Dak said, all right, it's cool. I'm just gonna play football. We lost to Green Bay. He said, water under the bridge. Let's just keep on moving forward. Very mature, very, very mature at how he handles his things. And so he goes about his business better than most people. And I applaud that man for doing that. He turns the radio off, he turns off Twitter, he turns off Instagram. He does two things. Well, now three things. He's a father, he's a football player, and he just makes money. And so down here in Dallas, I mean, that's admirable coming from that guy because, I mean, we kill him on a daily basis. Well, I personally don't, but I've seen it. It's going to happen tomorrow. It's going to happen when the Cowboys lose their first game. And it's going to happen if the Cowboys don't make it to the Super Bowl. It's inevitable. And watch how he acts.
Well, thank you for that, Bosh. As we go over to Kendrick now, it's time for some for the stats and the facts, Kendrick.
Yeah, man. Got the stats and the facts here. Brought to you by, I guess, us. All right, let's get down to it in a 33-17 dominating win. You want to call it that? Well, Cowboys are 1-0. Browns are 0-1. Let's get to the total yards. The Dallas Cowboys had 265 total yards to the Browns 230. Total drives were 14 apiece. Yards per play. Cowboys had 4.4 yards per play to the Browns 3.3. Total first downs, 15 apiece. Pretty even up game.
That first half they only had one, so that
Yeah.
tells you what the Cowboys did in the second half.
All right, passing first downs. Cowboys had 8. The Browns had 8. Rushing first downs. The Cowboys had 7. Browns had 5. First downs from penalties. The Browns had 2. The Cowboys none. Third down efficiency. The Cowboys wasn't great 4 out of 14, but the Browns were dog ass better. 2 out of 15. Fourth downs, the Cowboys didn't attempt a fourth down. The Browns were 3 out of 5. Total plays. Browns had 70 plays to the Cowboys 60. As we go to passing yards, the Cowboys had a total of 163 passing yards to the Browns 137. Dak was completions were 19 out of 32, and for the Browns were 24 out of 45. Interceptions thrown were 2 for the Browns, none for the Cowboys. Pass yards per pass were 4.7 to 2.7. Rushing yards 102 to 93 in favor of the Cowboys. Rushing attempts 25-19, also in favor of Dallas. But rushing yards per rush. Give the advantage to the Browns, 4.9 to 4.1. Red zones, made an attempt. Cowboys were 21. The Browns were 2 of 2. Penalties, Cowboys still an issue. Had 11 of them, 85 yards. The Browns also had 11 for 64. For a total turnover, over 2 interceptions. And time of possession on the Browns for 30 minutes, 54 seconds to the Cowboys 29. 0-6. the box score. For the Cowboys, that first out was 19-32. A buck 79, 5.6 yards per pass. Had a touchdown. He was sacked down to 60 yards. What that, QBR of 31.3, a rating of 85.3. For the rushing, the Elliott had 6 passes, 40 yards. Also had the longest line, had a touchdown with about 8 carries, 46 yards, 3.3 yards per carry. His longest 10. CeeDee Lamb had the longest rush for 12 yards. He was 8.3 yards per carry. Brandon Cooks had a catch. I think that was a touchdown play for 5 yards. That was
5 yards?
No, excuse me. That was the rush. He also had a rush. Rush and carry for 5 yards. I also had Deuce Vaughn. He had to carry also for 4 yards. And then Dak Prescott, I guess had a scramble for 3 yards. For the receiving, CeeDee Lamb had 5 for 61 on 12.2 yards per average. A 34 yard long one. His targets were 10 in the game. Brandon Cooks had 4 for 40. He averaged was 10 yards per catch. Also had that touchdown. That was the touchdown right there. His longest was 21 yards. He had 7 targets. Jalen Brooks had the one reception for 18 yards in the game. Hunter Lupke, 2 catches for 18 yards. Also had two targets. His long was 12. Jake Ferguson, before he got hurt, he had 3 receptions for 15 yards, a 5-yard average.
So Fergie was having a good game, somewhat of a good game before he got hurt.
No,
he was just there.
He's just there.
Just there, and then why not just get hurt?
Do you think they regret giving up Peyton Hendershot now?
No.
When Stevens Jr. hurt, the running back is depleted. So
You mean tight end?
The tight end, that tight end.
Scooney, I didn't see Scooney.
Yeah, Scooney was in there, but he didn't catch a pass today. Ezekiel Elliott also caught 2 passes for 9 yards. Jalen Tolbert caught a pass for 12 yards.
He's back. He's back, Cam.
Rico Dow also caught a pass for 6
He's
yards.
back, Shams.
Who is?
Zeke. He's back.
As we look at the Dallas fumbles, Dak had a fumble. Recovered. Also, Jalen Tolbert.
Yeah. Rico Dow had a problem reading those blocks.
As we get to the defense, Overshawn had 11 total tackles, 5 solo.
I think Sham's a big fan of his.
Also had one sack, 1 tackle for loss, 2 quarterback hits. Eric Kendricks had 9 total tackles. 6 solo, 2 sacks, 1 tackle for loss. Also had 2 quarterback hits. DeMarcus Lawrence had 5 tackles. 4 of those were total tackles. 4 of those were solo.
How many tackles did Michael Parsons miss today?
Oh, he missed about 6 sacks.
Oh, they don't put those on there, do they?
Yeah, they put those a lot. It was a lot. Trust me.
I'm just messing around. I know how Michael Parsons fans will get.
But he also had 2 sacks. Had two tackles for loss.
So is he what, 2 for 6? 2 for 8? What?
No, but he literally could have had, me and Kendrick talking about it throughout the game, he could have had about 4 or 5 sacks.
Quarterback hits for D-Law had 4. Trayvon Diggs also had 5 total tackles. Good for him.
He's washed?
4 solo. Who?
Tank Lawrence said somebody said he was washed.
Well, he just got burnt out.
Not again. This is the first game of the season.
Hopefully he didn't get burnt out.
Jordan Lewis also had 5 total tackles. He had 3 solo. Carlson had 4 total tackles. He had 3 solo in the game. Michael Parsons, the guy you talking about, had 4 total tackles. Could have been more. 3 solo. He had 1 sack. Could have been more. He had 1 tackle for loss. Could have been more. He had 5 quarterback hits though. Oh, good for him. Malik Hooker also had 4 total tackles, 2 solo. DeMar Clark had
what did my guy Jordan Lewis do today? What's his numbers?
Jordan Lewis,
yeah,
5 total tackles, 3 solo.
See, he had some great open field tackles.
See, he's got up next. We're gonna miss him. We're gonna miss Deron Bland. We didn't even miss him.
Yeah, Marshall Keelan, 3 total tackles, 2.
Nealon?
Where he played.
This is what
you can we say Keelan.
It's not Keelan Parkway, bro. It's not Dallas. He told me
three total
Keelan
tackles,
Parkway.
one solo. He had Mark Bell. He also had two total tackles, two solo. Trent Say, two total tackles, two solo. Jalen Brooks.
Big volume. Oh, definitely speaks volume.
Jonathan Woods also had two total tackles.
Can you just probably off the mic a little bit? I can't hear him.
You say what?
This will be fast.
Say what, Vosh?
No, it's not like Kendrick's falling off the mic a little bit. I can barely hear him.
I'm gonna turn him up.
Okay.
Like Walt and Sam, y'all are good, but like I can't hear Kendrick.
Kendrick kind of sways a little bit. There you go. I just turned him up.
All right.
I
Here we
turned
go.
him up.
Deshaun Watson, 24 for 45. He had a $169. Just 3.8 yards an average on throw. Damn. He had one touchdown, 2 interceptions. He was sacked 6 times for 32 yards. He had a 9.4 QBR rating. He had a total rating of 51, not good. Jerome Ford.
Before you go on, can't we really blame Deshaun Watson? I mean, every time he hiked the ball, it just seemed like he just had to run.
Yeah. I mean, Dak did too.
I don't think Dak necessarily had to run.
He was in hell.
Today?
Miles
Miles Garrett was close.
Miles Garrett almost
in the first half.
Yeah, when Dak got killed that one time, we said, "Man, that man got a family."
And then they smartly put a guy on his side, whichever one.
And Dak started rolling out a lot more.
Rolling away from him. So yeah.
I mean, Dak put up points and Deshaun Watson didn't.
Well, that means one coach made an adjustment, the other didn't.
The very astute observation by you. That's why they want you to hear your opinions on stuff.
I wouldn't give Mike McCarthy. That's great.
But anyway, whoa! Why not? Why you want to show Double MC some love?
He still got clock management.
Still mad about that no flag, not throwing the challenge in one play. Still mad about that.
And kicking, just letting the clock. Anyway. Okay, Jerome Ford.
You gotta let that go, man.
Jerome Ford for the Cleveland Browns. He rushed for 12 carries, only had 44 yards, 3.7 yards on average. His long was 11. He also had a touchdown. Deshaun Watson was running for his life. 5 carries for 39 yards. He was 7.8 yards a carry. His long was 16. Pierre Strong Jr. Had 2 carries for 10 yards, 5.5 yard average. 6 yard on his total average right there. David Njoku got hurt in the game.
Do we know what happened to him on that?
High ankle sprain, I think it was. 4 receptions before he got hurt, 44 yards, 11 yards at average. His long was 29 yards. He had 5 targets. Jordan Akins, 3 receptions for 29 yards. His average was 9 yards average. 13 long. His long reception also had 4 targets. Jared Judy, 3 for 25. Also had a touchdown. Jerome Ford had 6 for 25. No touchdown. He had 7 targets. Pierre Strong Jr. also had 2 targets also for 20 yards. He had 2 receptions for 20 yards. He only 3 targets. Mari Cooper. 2 receptions for 16 yards. 9 targets. That's how he went.
Keelan Russell, what's the dude name? Keelan Carson, whatever, had him in scrap season.
He locked in jail. Elijah Moore also had 3 receptions for 9 yards on 6 targets. Cedric Tillman, he participated. He had 1 reception for 3 yards.
He participated.
1 target. As we get to the Deshaun Watson also had a fumble. Let's get to the defense. So we're gonna on a couple players, main play for the Browns. Myles Garrett had 2 solo tackles. Also had 2 total tackles. Also had 2 solo tackles. He also had a sack. Could have had more than that. He had a tackle for loss, and he did have a quarterback hit. Greg Newsome, the all-star, the all-pro corner, he had 1 tackle, total tackle, 1 tackle for loss. Also, he had 1 pass deflection. and Zadarius Smith, the other All-Pro player they have there. He had 3 total tackles, 2 solo. He also had a sack and a forced fumble and 1 quarterback hit. And that's your stats. Facts of this dominating game by the Dallas Cowboys 33-17. Presented by me, myself, and I. And also Shams correcting my grammar, and Walt and Tobias participated and said I did sound.
Kendra, you forgot one stat.
Oh, what's that? Oh, you didn't talk about Brandon Aubrey?
He didn't talk about the kicker.
He was great. I mean, listen, man. You don't need to scorecard greatness.
All right, if you had to give the Cowboys,
I'm so glad you're going here.
What?
I know where you're going. I like to hear this because I got a good grade for Cowboys.
Okay, if you guys had to give the Cowboy a grade on all 3 phases of offense, defense, and special teams, and then overall, what would your grade be?
This ought to be good. Go ahead, Kendrick.
Okay. Special teams A. They had the punt return to basically blew the game over. Defense A+.
Oh.
And offense B.
Okay. Vash?
Special teams A+++, because you're a kicker, and because the kicking game is itself the return game basically. So whenever you get a punt return and you're hitting for 57 and 50 and 47 yards out, I mean, bro, that's a lot of points there. There's a lot of points being scored. So I had to give that an A+++. For the defense, I would give an A. But for the offense, because you scored 33 points or whatever, however many points you scored on the offense.
They scored 27.
Yeah, 27 points. Sorry.
You scored 27.
Well, are we counting what the kicker did or not?
Yeah, he's giving that to special teams. He's not giving that to the offense.
Yeah. Okay. So the kicker hits what? 4 field goals.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's just say 4 field goals. So that's what 12 points. 12 points, and then 6 is 18, and you're 33. So the special teams was needed today. That's why I give them an A+++. Hell, the special teams scored more points than a lot of the of Sunday's tilts. A whole bunch of other different teams. So yeah, with the offense, I'll give it a C-, because
it's C- on the offense.
Yeah, I mean they really didn't show me anything besides the Cooks score, and Dak didn't get injured, and I mean we lost Fergie, and so I mean I actually saw Cooks going back to the locker room for a minute. So yeah, I'm not going to say, hey, the Cowboys scored 33 points. Let's give it all to the offense. No, I'm gonna go ahead and grade that a C-, man, because they have so much more potential. No, not grading on the curve. For what? This is not college. I'm not doing it.
Wow.
All right. Special teams, I'm giving an A+. I do want to fight Mike McCarthy because it could have been even better. I don't know. No, we're not moving on.
Yeah, he actually made that 66 yards.
Yeah, he actually made that.
30 points. Gotta move on.
No.
Clock man.
Yeah. Defense, I'm giving an A. Shocker for the offense. I'm giving a D.
Wow.
I'm right there with you.
Hey, Dak.
No.
Hey, Dak. Hey, Dak. I knew it.
If I had to grade a tale of 2 halves, first half would have been an A. Second half would have probably been an F.
You really are a teacher, ain't you?
We know she's not great on the curve.
I'm just simply saying if I had to grade both halves. Overall, the team, I think, got a B+ for the day, which wins you games, obviously. The offense was very stagnant and passive in the second half. So that is why I graded them and gave them a D.
I don't know which is more offensive, your grade or Vosh's grade. And I'm so shocked at this guy over here at Boomer Jacks because he continues to attack people.
Your special teams scored more than your offense.
You know what you're doing. You know
I'm
what
glad
you're
to see
doing?
you take your shades off. It's pitch dark outside.
No. See, because I can't let this.
What am I doing?
You are
What am I
notorious
doing?
for hopping on this broadcast and getting on people for style pointing. You are.
Oh no! I'm not style pointing to win at all, dude.
That's exactly what this is.
Okay, so how am I style pointing to win by saying the offense really didn't give me anything?
You gave the offense a C for what?
C minus. C minus.
Oh yeah, excuse me. Excuse me. Don't let.
That's worse.
Excuse me. That's worse. That's worse.
You gave too much credit.
Yeah, because
so all right. So
you know what you're giving them. You're giving them a 60. You're giving them a 69, and because you can't get a 69, you have to get a 70. As my mom would say, you technically failed, but he just gave you the 70 to be nice.
I mean, are you wrong? Because let's think about it. If we look at those stats, in fact, Cowboys had 13 first half first downs to 1. How did it get tied?
Well,
Did they take the foot off the gas in the second half?
They became very stagnant. Couldn't move.
They did.
Okay,
They did.
I hate to bust everybody's bubble, but I'm going A- for the offense, and I'm going to tell you why I'm going A- for the offense. Okay.
15.
First off, they did not turn the ball over. Number one, most importantly, they didn't go out there and get crazy with it. They controlled the game and they won the game. The offense did.
So the offense won the game.
No, they won as a collective unit today.
Okay.
No. The defense won you that game.
Really? All those tackles Michael Parsons was missing in
and special teams.
He's your new Tony Pollard, ain't he? You got to find somebody.
All those tackles he missed. Man.
Bro, your defense literally held them to 30-something yards in the first half.
And special teams put up points.
Huh? What's that, Bosh?
And special teams put up points.
Yeah, special teams the one that gets the A+. Brandon Arbor. I mean, this guy was about to nail a 60 yard.
But you want us to let go that Michael
It's all right. It's all right.
No. How in the heck do you get a delay of game and then you want to come and try to blame the officials? Oh, they didn't reset the clock. No, that's why Bones Fossil was screaming his behind off because take the time out.
You'll never get me to say a bad thing about Bones Fossil.
I think Michael Carter was on the McDonald's app.
Yeah, he was on he was reading the Waffle House menu or something.
Don't do that.
Don't
do that, man.
There's no reason why you get a delay of game in that situation.
He's the head coach of America's team. Don't do that, Kendrick. Don't be disrespectful. Okay.
Sometimes at McDonald's I have to get a little hectic. I'll try it myself.
Okay. A- and A- for the offense because they didn't lose the game. We can see we've seen this offense. We've seen this offense get a little crazy and go out there. When's the last time we scored less than 20 points? It's been a while, haven't it?
Oh,
you want to do this?
Yeah. When's the last time?
Do you want to do this?
Buffalo.
Was that the last time?
Oh, Miami.
No, we went to what's the name of Miami, didn't we?
We
lost by a field goal.
20 points. I think that Miami game.
No, we lost by a field goal.
Buffalo game. It was.
I can pull this up real quick, guys. Please.
Yeah, please do. I think
I will. But if you want to be honest, the Packers game, you really were technically held up to 20 points.
Yeah, because they basically quit.
Yeah,
they basically said, man, we don't need to.
No, all I know is what they put on the board. That's all I know.
Yeah, everybody was giving that credit. Hey, look at bring them back.
Yeah, just saying. I'm just saying.
They quit.
Just saying. So this offense is putting up.
All right, when was the last time?
Yes, thank you, Shan.
Cowboys had 20 points against the Dolphins.
Buffalo.
10 points against.
I think it might have been Buffalo.
10 points against the Niners.
No,
that's before. Okay,
so Bills game they didn't score much. I know that.
Nah, they didn't.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And every other game besides those were
Cardinals. Cardinals, you scored 16.
Okay.
Now the Washington game. No, they scored in the Washington game.
Yeah.
Arizona Cardinals?
Cardinals was 16.
So Cardinals 16. What was the Bills?
The Chargers game, what was that?
10.
Look, they took 2 points, yeah.
That wasn't a lot of points.
Chargers 20, but you won that game.
But we won that game, right? So I'm just saying, but our offense is almost consistently putting up 20 20 plus points.
Yeah, because you scored
Or I should say
10
the
points
teams.
against
The team,
10
yes.
points against the Bills, and then the following week 20 against the Dolphins.
Okay.
20 against the Lions, and thanks to the officials, you won that
Yeah,
game.
you had a little help.
And you put up a big number against the Seahawks.
Yeah, you put
Yeah,
up 40
that's what you're
something.
talking about. That kind of cancels it out because if you put up a big number against somebody, that's going to go into the total.
And then Commanders, you had 38.
Yeah, but this team is not a team that goes out there and doesn't put up. Remember we used to score like 14 and 7 and stuff like that to win games. Now we scoring high margin to win games.
No.
What?
When was this?
Years back.
How many more years back? this offense has like over the last like 5 to 2.
You say what?
Over the last like 5 to 8 years, this offense has been scoring.
Yeah.
Right. Since
since Dak has been here, the offense.
No, even with Jason Garrett, you were scoring.
Yeah.
They were putting up big points like this with Jason Garrett.
Let's look at it. 2018. Let's look. Was 2018? Was that a good year for us? Can't remember.
2018.
That was
yeah.
bad, I think. I was not in it. You were winning games. No. Dak played that year because that was the last time Saints was here. That was the last time the Saints was here, and we won 13-10.
Yeah, but then that year they put up a couple of 50-pointers.
No.
2020 was
year
Mike McCarthy got here. COVID year.
Yeah, looking at 2018, I mean,
That's
you
Jason
had
Garrett.
Oh, I went all the way back to 16.
It was 2021. They put up a couple of 50.
Yeah, because
that's when we had everybody. That's the year Dak hurt his foot too.
Yeah, 2018, 20, 13 points, 26, 16 points, 40 points, 17, 14 points, 27, 22, 31, 13.
Yeah.
0.
But to my point,
the Colts. Remember that one year we got shut out to the Colts?
Yeah, but even still, this offense is continuing the saga of putting up points. They are, and I can applaud them for that. Because we like you said, at 0, we've seen there times the Cowboys can be really bad on offense.
We saw that at the end of last season.
Right, we saw that at the end of last season, right? So I give them an A-.
Wow, Walt has Walt. If you're a teacher, I want to take your class,
right?
Because I would never fail.
You do the homework and turn it into 100, Vosh.
That is the
my God.
That's that whole George. But there's a reason why he's not seeing the pearly gates of heaven because of the No Child Left Behind thing.
Who's that?
George Bush. He's not seeing the pearly gates because of No Child Left Behind.
Some
of these people should be left behind.
We only grade the test. We don't grade the homework.
No, and they're failing the test.
I know a whole bunch of it.
No, some of these folks should have been left behind.
When you're in high school, you can't grade. You can't grade all those kids.
Yes.
Just left behind.
Yes. Yes. Have you seen this? Even people my age.
Hold on. You got to tell them. Listen, just go. I'll hand you a piece of paper. Just
all I need you to do is pass the test.
Good.
Do the
How they
homework
gonna
and
pass
turn
the
in.
test if they ain't learning nothing?
They are learning.
No, these folks cheating. They don't know. You know these kids nowadays are in 8th grade and don't know the difference between there, and there. Even people my age don't know that. Kendrick probably don't even know there, there.
2, 2, 2, and 2. There, and there. Where, and where.
But George W. Bush will never see the pearly gates of heaven because of No Child Left Behind. There's 8th graders reading on a 1st grade level.
I thought COVID had to do with no.
No,
hell no.
Everybody did
there
pass
was a whole
COVID,
bunch of,
but
hey, Walt, there were a whole bunch of dumb motherfuckers before COVID.
Yeah, it was
and
a lot
after
of dumb
COVID.
folks.
Yeah,
I need to pass the test. That's all.
You can't pass the test if you don't know the material.
I teach you the material in class.
Just write the name.
Class, go ahead and take out your cell phones and answer the question.
Supposed to know how to spell their own name nowadays. They can text it to you, but they know all the Sexy Red and all of them $1 Million Baby lyrics and TikTok dancing.
I'll be a good teacher. Just write in Sexy Red. Who cares? Just get out.
All right, Vosh. Well, this was a damn good post-game show. I'm very happy about this.
First one back.
Yeah, Dallas Cowboys win, and
yeah, wonder how next week will be.
Now, yeah, I was just getting ready to answer. What are we receiving next year?
Saints. All my Saints friends, my Saints fans, I hate you for the week.
And Vosh, you're gonna be over at the stadium come next Sunday, right?
I'll be at the big yard, right across from the Walmart and the Jack in the Box. So yeah, for halftime, post game, pregame, I probably won't be here.
Yeah. So since
Vosh,
Jerry,
are you working?
yeah, every Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, since Jerry's giving out money, you think it might be time for you to get a raise too?
I'm just glad that I'm still employed with said owner. I'm good.
I'll let the people know where I'm gonna be at next weekend. I'm looking at this standing room only ticket.
Oh. Standing room on looking at it. She said I'm looking at it.
Standing room only.
Hold on. She says she looking at it.
Well, 12 new gang gets the Saints. Standing room
so
only.
by the middle of the week, looking at it, well, we're gonna move beyond looking at it, right?
We're gonna move beyond looking at it. We're gonna
You better hurry up. You better quit looking at it for somebody else.
Nah, I got some friends coming in town who wants me to go out there and tailgate with them and stuff like that. So I don't know where I'm gonna be at. Jared Goff just threw an interception.
Oh.
I mean Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford just threw an interception.
I believe a quarterback like Matt Stafford threw an interception. He's a good quarterback.
In the end zone. In the end zone.
Back in Detroit.
That's why.
But
He's doing a lot of hype too.
Shout out to everybody who tuned in today. First show back. I mean pre-halftime and post game has been amazing. The gang's all back, guys.
We ate good today too.
We did eat good. EA is somewhere over there crying for Romo. He's gonna be in the group chat later, probably asking for more style pointing and all of that. You guys know. But the season is off to a great start. Kendrick had us losing, but Cowboys prevail 1-0, beat the Browns.
Yeah, we may be on the road ourselves next week. If not, we'll be back here in studio. But either way, we'll let you know. But well, I said we talk about it. We got to give him an honorable mention at least today. Vosh, I don't know if you know this or not, but the Dallas Wings today, the team's playoff host pretty much died today, thanks to Angel Reese.
Yeah. So pretty much eliminated.
Yeah.
They're out there.
I mean, I'm sorry, but if I'm the WNBA, I'm not letting the 7-win team in the playoffs either. So yeah.
Way to kick them while they're down.
Not much is the Liberty probably gonna kick them.
Yeah, I haven't decided which Liberty game I'm gonna go to this week, but I'll either go Tuesday or Thursday. One of those games I'm gonna go to. Haven't decided which one.
We got the Liberty here twice.
Yep, back to back. And then your favorite basketball players coming to town after that.
Yeah.
He sneezed on that.
Sorry. So I may be able to make both of them.
Yeah, your favorite WNBA players coming to town. I know you'll be happy to see her.
Okay, so yeah, on Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm outside down, Kendrick. I'm sorry, but on Thursday, consider it done. I'm in the building.
Oh, look at there. Live post game show, probably with Vosh. But yeah, Skylar Diggins is coming to town, Vosh. I know how much you love her.
That's on Thursday.
Well, you know what? On her, I'm kind of wavering a little bit.
Skylar Diggins,
just like the 13th,
just like Chris Paul, okay. Because she's now become a little bit more likable now. She's not complaining as much, and Jewel Lloyd.
It is the best.
And Jewel Lloyd is pretty much the.
They got 3 games. They got 3 games this week, Vosh. They got the Liberty on Tuesday and Thursday, and then on Friday it's a back-to-back with the Storm.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I gotta go to the lake at least once. So we'll see. We'll play it by ear.
You're simply saying I don't work Friday. Kayla plays on Thursday night.
Why not? Come to the CPC. One for the last time. That would be for the last time.
On Friday.
Yeah, that'd be for the last time.
I'll see how much tickets are.
Don't worry. They'll be cheap this Friday.
just open the doors, WNBA. CPC, just open the doors, okay?
Come on. Just come flood the CPC.
Yeah, open the door, because we see them quitting on the floor.
For the last time. It'll be for the last time.
All you gotta do is just turn the AC off and just open the doors. It's chilly outside, so we good.
I mean, that's pretty sad.
All right, so basically, you're gonna see everybody. You're gonna see us at least out and about at some point this week coming up. But so we'll be back. What? Oh, we'll do a show. What? Tuesday? We might
it's the debate, but
we might have to do a show tomorrow. I don't know yet. Maybe tomorrow, either Monday or Wednesday.
What's the debate? Oh, debate. The debate is.
The debate is Tuesday, right?
I am not watching that, man. I'm sorry.
I just want to see. I just want to see Kamala say, "Excuse me, Mr. President, I'm talking," because I know she's gonna do it. Yeah. That's all.
I want to watch Kamala do everything except watch that man.
Who? You want to watch who?
The Donald and Kamala going head up on Tuesday.
Kamala.
Oh yes, Kamala. Excuse me. Correction,
Okay.
Madam President is what I refer to her.
Right now.
Well, there we go.
Madam President.
Gotcha.
So no, maybe Wednesday might have to be today.
What section do you sit in the wings here?
Sometimes she puts me in 103, or she'll put me in 115 and 113. Over by the old people. Oh, shouldn't tell you.
Their tickets are $71.
Yeah.
You will not see me.
For what?
I'm not paying that money to go see the Wings play.
It's the last night of the CPC.
No. I gotta drive all the way to Arlington and drive back.
Sham. Hey, Sham. Trust me, we can find cheaper seats. Trust me.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
Let me know.
All right, we will do that. But until then, till next Sunday for this post-game show, keep your feet on the ground, keep reaching for the stars, always do what's best for business. If we don't see you around, and we will see you around live next Sunday when the Dallas Cowboys take on Kendrick's New Orleans Saints, because these guys losing next Sunday to these Saints.
47 points, baby.
That's how much they're gonna put on the Cowboys.
They put up today.
Oh, okay.
So I think they give about 37 next week.
With our defense.
Yeah.
Who puts up 37? Log off. Saints ain't scrapping 24 points.
I wish you guys nothing but best. The ceiling is the roof.